When I finally stepped into this and started embodying this person who wasn't timid, who wasn't shy, who wasn't afraid to show up and speak her mind, that's when things started to happen. Doors started to open, clients started to flow to me, and I didn't have to go seeking. Hey guys, it's Dr. Sonia here with Jump First. Say it with me. Done is better than perfect. Master one thing at a time. Practice makes better. And this has to work. Let's get it. One awesome party peeps. It's Dr. Sonia here with Jump First. And today's topic is change your POV or point of view and you will change your world, okay? I want to talk about this for a second because a lot of folks thinks that it's just about strategy. It's just about how do I actually execute the thing. And a lot of the clients that I get to work with are high performers like myself, high achievers. By the way, if you are new here and you don't know what we talk about, we talk all things premium courses, luxury coaching, and mentorship brands, how to take your ideas from your head and start executing and moving them forward so that you can get them out to the rest of the world and start teaching what it is that you know. If that is what you're interested in, what you're looking for, or you're just looking for some inspiration, okay, on the daily, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like button, bell notification so you know when new episodes like this drop and we can hang out live. What's going on, IG? I see you on as well. Okay, so let's talk about it. Change your point of view and you will change your entire world. Lots of the clients I work with, high performers, high achievers, okay, overachievers, as some of us like to say. But the point is, a lot of times we look at things so logically, right? We start to look at what's going on around us, how we're going to achieve our goals, and we start measuring our progress toward our goals based on what it is that we can physically see. But that's not acting on faith, okay? If you know anything about Jump First, or maybe you don't, it was founded on faith. One of my favorite scriptures from the Bible is Hebrews 11:1, okay? Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen, meaning a lot of what it is, the goals that you want to achieve, they haven't come to fruition yet. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a goal, right? So that means that you have to start taking steps based on things that maybe you cannot see right now. I always say hope and a plan, okay, are going to get you so much further than checking for evidence at every single step of your journey, okay? You got to maintain faith. You got to maintain the hope, all right, to get where it is that you want. But you also need a plan to be able to execute, and that's where mentorship comes in. I go hard for mentorship. Shameless plug, jumpfirstacademy.org in order to get started on your online courses. But I'm bringing this because it's more than like one of the first things, in addition to setting up a plan, a launch goal, right, for achieving goals towards creating courses when my clients come in. I talked about this last week and I'll link that video somewhere above my head about how to start planning for your launch. But in addition to that, one of the first things that we do is I ask them this question, right? What would, depending on their goals, it could be 6 figures that they're growing to 7 or 8. And I ask them, what would 6-figure you do? What would 6-figure you say? What would 6-figure you wear? Where would 6-figure you go, right? Like, what would be different about the next level or the next version of yourself? And if it's 7 figures, cool. If it's 8 figures, cool, right? Like, you plug in what that goal for you is. It does need to be a measurable goal, all right? And a lot of times when we're talking business related things, especially for your courses, pro tip, you do need to set a money goal. Again, I talked about this last week and I'll link it somewhere in the caption, because in order for you to make more impact, you do have to make more money, okay? So you can reach more people even where you are not physically present or located. What's going on? Cat Lover 101 is good to see you on. Hello, hello. And so with that being said, you need to start asking what the next level, the next version of yourself will be doing, thinking. Where would they be going? What would they be wearing? How would they be showing up? Because your next goals are going to require, in order for you to hit them, is going to require a different version of yourself. Like, you got to be someone different. And that's what I mean about changing your perspective. Even though you can't see that person right now, you need to start to be able to embody who she is or who he is going forward. Like, how are you showing up? How you think about yourself, your point of view is going to then start to affect everything else, right? So if you're already stepping into and claiming that next version of yourself, a lot of times we don't have the things that we want because we're not just claiming it, all right? When you claim that next version of yourself, you'll start to think about your behaviors. You'll start to show up differently because you'll start to think differently. Okay. So your behaviors, your actions will be different. It's like, I can remember starting this business, right? I was all over the place. Had this huge business plan. I had hired a consultant to help me write it out because I needed to get the ideas out of my head and onto paper. So when I tell you guys things about what to do and how to start executing, it's not because these are just theory. Okay, this is stuff that I actually went through. Thank you, Cat Lover 101. I appreciate that compliment. And so these are things that I actually went through. And so I needed a way to get the ideas out of my head because they just kept looping, they kept spinning. And I was working my 9 to 5 and I was like, I do not like this anymore. Like, I cannot be here. Like, what is it all for? Right. And so, but I couldn't get the ideas from my head out into the world. And so I hired someone to help me do that. And I had this entire business plan. It was like 50 something pages. Pro tip for your courses, you don't need a 50-page business plan to get started. Okay, you just need to execute, get the ideas out of your head onto paper. And so that also became overwhelming for me because now the ideas were on paper. I could see them in black and white. But I still didn't know where to start. I still didn't know how to move forward. And it wasn't until I started embodying this person and claiming this person that I wanted to be, that I would impact people all over the world, that I would help other people tell their stories, that I would help other people get their ideas out of their head and onto paper, that I would be this mentor who stepped into this global space so that I could lead other people to doing the same. I know there are so many of you who are gifted and talented and you have so many gifts and opportunities to help other people, and you're doing so. All right. And now it's time to scale up. Okay. That's part of your vision, part of your plan. And if you're watching this, then I know that you are my people. All right. Because I just don't believe anything happens on accident. I believe everyone comes into your life for some reason. Okay. Whether at the time it seems good or bad, is for a reason. It's to teach us something, to help us grow, to help us do exactly what this video is about. Step into that next version of us, right? To claim the next version of yourself. And so I knew that was something that I wanted to do. And so when I finally stepped into this and started embodying this person who wasn't timid, who wasn't shy, who wasn't afraid to show up and speak her mind, that's when things started to happen. Doors started to open, clients started to flow to me, and I didn't have to go seeking. Okay. Again, you just show up differently. You show up differently. So if you're afraid right now to go and hop on social media, you don't want to show your face on social. I hear that a lot from my clients. You know, when you start embodying this person who knows without a shadow of a doubt that you are meant for a global scale, global level, like you're meant to help more people than the people that are just in your community, and you want to reach more people out in the world, and you start to step into and embody that person who does that, you'll start to go on social with no problem. Now, if you don't know what to post, remember I said at the top of this video, you got to have is faith and a plan. Okay. It's hope and a plan. All right. So both combined so that you can continue to move forward. If you don't know how to do something, that's completely different than your willingness and will to do something. You get what I'm saying? So when you start to step into this person, you'll start to attract the resources, and nothing happens by accident. I tell people all the time, resources come at the right time. It's just up to you to see them and grab them. All right. And this has happened with so many of my clients that are like, you came at exactly the right time. Maybe I stalled out for 2 years. Okay. After I started following you, or 6 months. But you came at the right time. And I know you're the right resource, the right coach, the right mentor for me. And so I always say, what you want wants you more. Okay. And with that being said, and I know we hear that so much these days, but it's the truth. So what you want wants you too. And with that being said, you just got to reach out and take it. All right. Claim what is yours. It's already yours. Just step into the next version of yourself. Start acting like her or him. Start showing up, talking like her or him. Where would you be going? Where would you be frequenting? What would you be wearing? A lot of things change when you start to step into the next level of you. And you got to be okay with letting some things go. Okay. And understand that if it didn't work out, then it wasn't for you. All right. And moving yourself forward. And I'm talking about every opportunity, friendships, familial relationships, romantic relationships, jobs, all of those things. If it did not work out, then there's something better for you. You just have to go claim it and step into that thing. All right. That's it. What's going on, RB? I appreciate you so much. So y'all, claim the next version of you. Who is she? Who is he? Step into that today. When you do that, your entire world which will change. And I will tell you this too, from the standpoint of a lot of my clients, this has happened to them too, not just in their business, but also their personal relationships too. I can name so many here, but I would be forever. So go check out some of the case studies and testimonials that are on this channel. I'll see if I can link some in the description as well. I think like sometimes I can only link like one video, but I'll try to copy paste some of the links in the description so you can go check them out. I can name again so many results in 24 hours, within 3 weeks, 21 days, what have you, just from stepping into, and a lot of my clients mention this, is not just a strategy that I teach, but it was this stepping into the next version of themselves. What would 6-figure you be doing, saying, how would they be acting? 7-figure you be doing, saying, how would you be acting? All right. I love y'all so much. I hope this is helpful and inspires you forward. RB, I appreciate that. Dropping gems. Okay. I'm glad that you are catching them. I appreciate all of y'all for being here. Thank you so much for being a part of this community. Again, if you haven't already hit the subscribe button, what are you waiting for? All right, come hang out live with me every weekday right here on this channel. Hit the subscribe button, like button, bell notification so you know when more episodes like this drop. Also, make sure that you hit that like button, please, so that we can continue to spread this global message and energy to the rest of the world. I appreciate y'all so much, and I love y'all, and I hope y'all have an amazing start to the week. I'll see y'all back here tomorrow. Bye, y'all.